Dear learners, welcome back to your educational channel Learn and Educate, where we were studying a few basics about the goods and service tax. Now, section 2, clause 37. Credit note. Credit note means a document issued by a registered person under subsection 1 of section 34. A credit note is issued in the accounting by a supplier of goods or services to the recipient, where a supplier of goods or service or both is required to issue a tax invoice. But however, during the course of carrying on the trade or commerce, after the invoice has been issued, there are situations like the supplier has erroneously declared a value which is more than the actual value of the goods or service. Then credit note is required to be issued by supplier of goods or services to the recipient. It is mandatory for the GST registered supplier of the goods or service to issue a tax invoice, and due to some circumstances the tax value declared by the supplier in the tax invoice may be more or less. For that purpose he has to issue a credit note. A tax invoice has been issued by a supplier for the supply of any goods or services, and when the taxable value or the tax charge in that tax invoice is found to be in excess or the taxable value of taxes payable in respect of such supply, where the goods supplied are returned by the recipient, or where the goods or services or both supplied are found to be deficient, then the registered person who has supplied such goods or services or both may issue to the recipient a credit note containing the particulars as we prescribe. Any registered person who issue a credit note in relation to a supply of the goods or services or both shall declare the details of such credit note in the return for the month during which such credit note has been issued, and but not later than the September following the end of the financial year in which such supply has been made. The date or the date of furnishing of the relevant annual return, whichever is earlier, and therefore no reduction in the output tax liability of the supplier shall be permitted if the incidence of the taxation and the interest on such shall have been passed on any other person. A credit note is issued when the taxable person has declared by the supplier tax value declared by the supplier and the tax invoice is more than the actual value of the goods or services. For example, when the product actual price is rupees 100 and is incorrectly invoiced at 150, therefore a credit note will be issued by the supplier of goods or service or both to the recipient of goods or services or both for the value of rupees 50.